Oh, I feel like I'm at a different angle. There's a lot of things that feel really different if I'm being straight up. Also, how the hell do you deal with seasonal like lows? I wouldn't, maybe it is seasonal depression. On the sunny days, I just feel so different. Hi truck, I feel so different. And on rainy days, I just feel so unmotivated and low. And I don't really know what to do about it. And if I'm, again, continuing with the honesty, yesterday was a day where I felt so self-defeated. Like I would just try and do things and I just felt like a failure at so many points of the day. Like, I just remember getting up and just seeing the day. It was gloomy and rainy and windy and cold and just feeling like I just wanted to go back to bed and not do anything. And then I saw my bunny and I was like, I need to take care of her. And realized that I had like a bunch of washing that I wanted to do but didn't. How like hadn't done it yet. And I needed to get groceries. So I did that, but I forgot my wallet. I only had my phone. I couldn't do my washing because like the application for trying to like, because you can go online and like pay online and like use your, you can pick a washer online and pay online and have like an online account to do it. Internet wasn't working for the system, so I couldn't do any of my washing, but I had already put like all my clothes in both washing machines and detergent in the washing machines, and I had to unload them, and so I couldn't do my washing. And then I went to do groceries, and I didn't bring my wallet, so I couldn't pay with coins. And I went to do my groceries, and I didn't bring my wallet, and so I had to use my phone and set up my phone card. And it was just a series of feeling so, I want to say uncumbered, but that I don't know what that word means. Incapable. Like so incapable. And then today I got up and I had like a really beautiful like hour or two with Rosie, like my bunny. I loved it. I loved just being with her and being around her. But then I went on my phone and I stayed on my phone for like 3 hours just like watching YouTube reels of comedy, like comedians, and laughing. And then I started journaling and realized I was running away from this feeling of like failure. Because then every single time I look in the mirror, I like realize how short I cut my hair, which like, yes, I cut my hair like a little bit short to get rid of the dead ends, and that's fine. But then like, I feel like every other morning I've like looked at my hair, and because I cut it short, it was still very flat. And as you can see, I have like curly-ish hair, like loose curls, but like curly-ish hair. And I just like it to be, at least like if it's going to be short, I want it to be like this. I want it to be curlier. But for the past like 2 weeks, every morning I've just been trying to like chop away at it slowly, but like it's never been what I wanted it to be. And like it used to be, like I've just changed a lot of it. And today I've been really grappling with the fact that I just hate that I've done it, and I wish I had my old hair back. And I'm just in a cycle of running away from all of these feelings of just like, no, like I don't want to do this. I feel like anything that I try, I'm not doing anything right and I'm not good at it. And I have a university assignment due on Sunday, which that's not very great because I have an assignment due and I haven't started it, and I have to like catch up on 2 weeks worth of stuff for one class, not the class with the assignment, thank God. I've done that catching up. But like, I'm just in a bit of a rut, and I was listening to this song that I really, really love, and Pedal by Ravina. And she was like, this starts off, it says, when I'm feeling like a pedal floating in the breeze. And it's a really beautiful song, but I was trying to think, I was like, what do I feel like right now? And immediately the thought that came into my head was like, I just feel like a rock at the bottom of a river, but the river is flowing super fast. And you know those like pictures of like salmon, like, and how like quickly salmon, like the streams that salmon flow in are really aggressive and flowing, and I just feel like I'm a rock at the bottom of one of those streams, and like the water around me is flowing so quickly, but like it's not really even like I can tell. I'm just here, and I'm like, what's up? What's happening? What's going on? I can't move. I can't do anything, and it feels really weighed down. And I'm not really being mean to myself, I don't think, in like a very like, what are you? In like a very antagonistic way. Like I'm not getting down on myself being like, you are a failure, but there are just these feelings, and like most of my reflections are just kind of like, nothing's working out. Nothing's working out for you. Like nothing's worked out. But then I'm trying to like remember that Rosie's working out. And like the day before yesterday, I pretty much like spring cleaned my entire, like I cleaned my bathroom, like I changed my bed sheets, I tidied up the living room, I changed the tablecloth on this table, cleaned the kitchen. Like I did a lot. So I'm trying to remember like the small things that are working, the small things that I've been doing that have been working and have been working out. But I don't know, this feeling's just shaking me, and I'm like, it's shaking me, but it's like shaking me still. And I just don't quite know what to do with it. And part of me is just like, maybe you just kind of need to sit in it and find a way to be able to comfortably sit in it, which is what I've been thinking. Like I've just been kind of like, maybe that's what it is. Because this morning I was trying to like work out the courage, not the courage, like I was trying to work up the drive to do the other uni catch up. Because I realized like uni catch up is not really something that I don't like doing. Like if I miss classes, I don't actually, I really love uni. Like I love the studies, like the classes that I'm studying. Like I love it. And it is like the classic just ADHD thing of just like having to get around to doing a task. But also I was like singing before, and I was kind of just like, oh, I'm probably going to start studying pretty soon. In like the next couple hours, I'm probably going to do it. And that's how I've been feeling, but I haven't just allowed it to click in my head that I'll do it when I feel like it. And like that sounds like a very silly thing, because I think I've tried to teach myself that I can't really trust that thought or feeling. As like I feel like a lot of people might be able to like relate to that. But while I've been reflecting and thinking into it, every time I've gone to catch up on study, it's been in the afternoon. So why do I spend my mornings trying to like psych myself up about it and psych myself into it, when my mornings I really just want to be sitting with my bunny, eating my breakfast, singing, and just kind of being. And I wanted to go for a walk, but it's just so cold and rainy. And I think that's maybe something that I want to push myself to do. Either today, I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning. Anyway, I'm just slowly starting to realize that this shitty feeling is something that I just need to sit with. And saying that just like, it like releases a weight off my chest. So I was journaling this morning, and I was journaling about the fact that like I had all these thoughts in my head of like yesterday, and reflecting about yesterday, and just like just being like, fuck, like I just didn't feel like anything was going right, and I didn't feel like I could do anything right. And that also then, just with how my brain spins things, it just started to create this fear of, okay, anything you do from this point onwards, I don't know if it'll be right. And it's the tales all the time of like all these, like, it wasn't, this time it wasn't the whole don't speak these feelings because then they'll be real. It was more like, don't speak these feelings because they're not worth it. Like, don't journal about these feelings, or don't speak on them, or don't express them because it's not worth expressing. Like these feelings of failure, these feelings of upset, of depression, of like, I'm not good enough. It's not necessarily like I was scared of them like I am so much. I think I've talked in other videos about like having thoughts of worry or doubt or anxiety and being like, don't say them because that makes them real. It wasn't that, because they've been feeling very real. The rhetoric in my head was more like, they're not worth talking. Just hold it in, bottle it up, gulp it down, and keep going. Like just a very like bulldozery, just like, so what if they're here? Like, just don't express them. You don't deserve to express them. Like, and I was writing in my journal and it just felt so good just to be like, fuck, like, yeah, I've been feeling like I've just been feeling so hopeless. I've been feeling so incapable of doing anything right. And it sucks to feel that way. Like, even if I try, like, usually I haven't had a wave of this kind of feeling in such a long time. Like, I've had the fear and the anxiety and the whole don't speak to them. Like, I've been dealing with a lot of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and that's the fear thing that I think that's usually what comes with the whole don't speak it, otherwise it's true. Like that feeling of, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm losing control. That's been more of the wave of the thing that I've been getting used to riding, of like feeling like, holy shit, everything's out of control and I have no control of my life. And then being like, don't speak it because it's real. But this wave of just like, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, it's just like everything I'm doing is wrong. Like, not everything I'm doing wrong, but like is wrong, but like even when I'm trying to do the right things, they're just not working out. And it just makes me afraid to try, because it's like, oh, I don't want to have to continually face things like not working. That's just the worst feeling ever. Just to feel incapable and hopeless and just like you can't help your situation. It just makes me so sad. And I guess I've been sitting in a lot of anxiety and fear, but not necessarily sadness. So it's a new thing for me to be coming across right now. And as I'm speaking and saying this, it's going like, okay, maybe that's the lesson. Like the lesson is to like learn how you handle yourself through this kinds of feeling. Which is great and cool and like really like profound and like, oh well, yay. Learning how to deal with failure. Oh, cool. Learning how to deal with hopelessness and sadness. Well, not learning how to, but just like understanding how to carry yourself through it. Cool. I love the lesson. But it's shit. It's shit. It's shit. What can I say? It's shit. I hate my hair at the moment. I don't hate it, but I just wish it was long. I wish I didn't cut it. I wish I remembered to bring my wallet, just my bag. I remember just like, look, it's that feeling of like when you thought to yourself like, oh, should I do this thing? And then you didn't, and then you're like, fuck, I should have just listened to myself. It's a really weighty feeling. Like, and that's what I feel like. I feel like a stone at the bottom of a riverbed. A really full river. But I'm just a little stone. I don't have any arms or any legs. I can't swim. I'm just at the bottom. I'm just stuck. And I'm surrounded by a lot of watery feelings of sadness and hopelessness. They just keep coming. And they're controlled by anything and everything else but me. I had a really beautiful moment with, I think I already said it, but I had a really beautiful moment with my bunny this morning, which is like, we're getting tighter and tighter every day. And I love that. So at least I have some company. And don't get me wrong, I still have my friends. Like, I'm actually like, that's the other thing. Simultaneously, I'm also like launching into another super social era. Like the past 3 weekends have been really like Like I'm meeting some really interesting people and like reforming and forming some really beautiful connections. So there are things going for me in life right now. And it's good for me to be able to sit and like remember that perspective of just like, not everything's shit. It's just been the past 2 days. And that's a good little like flag. But sometimes I think if I bring in those flags too often, they can be a bit of an escape. Like, no, remember, there's not everything shit. Focus on the good things. But then there's this like bigger percentage. It's just like, maybe you just need to be focusing on the shit right now. Not focusing on it, but just letting it be and letting it sit in you. It's kind of where I feel I'm at, but it's scary. But also, as I'm talking about it, as I'm allowing myself to do it, as always, as soon as you allow the feelings to be and stop fighting them, that actually brings the fluidity and like the movement to them, and actually opening yourself to them and letting them be in your body, as counterintuitive as like fear tells you that is. It's always the solution, Annabel. It's always the solution. Anyway, I hope nobody else is feeling like this. But also, maybe in some ways I do hope that you're feeling like this, because if you're feeling like this, there's an opportunity for you to learn from it and like be kind to yourself through it and understand a little bit more about yourself. And as I'm saying that, you can totally be like annoyed by that, because I get it. I get being sick of like learning. I get being sick of like having to be emotionally aware and like consolatory. I get it. This whole process is exhausting, but we're doing great. A little bit of opening your heart and self-compassion always goes a long way. Anyway, that's all. I'm already feeling a little bit lighter, which is nice. So I hope you can too. Yeah, it's a Scorpio new moon. I don't know when it is. I think it's like maybe next week. I don't know. I'm supposed to be hearing back from a job today. And I really, really, really hope I do. But I'm also terrified that I am not going to. Ooh, I have no control over that. All I can do is just keep applying for jobs, and it was half an hour away anyway. Maybe that just wasn't meant for me. Who knows? We'll deal with it as it comes, I'm sure.